Right, it's officially UFC 294 fight week, Joe Boy.
Crazy one, mate. Crazy.
So we had the big news last week, about this time last week, I think, wasn't it? And now, obviously, as you, hopefully we don't have no more changes to the card. We broke it down kind of last week, but to go into a little bit more detail, I suppose, we've got the main event, Makachev versus Volk. Who do you see taking it?
Well, my head says Makachev, my heart says Volk. I'd love to see Volk get it done. And the way he's talking, he's like, I'm going to finish him. Like, if that was to happen, what a fairy tale ending that would be.
I think we're all the same, aren't we? I think 99% of us, like, we want Volk to win, but our head's kind of fighting back. Like we mentioned last week, it is going to be an uphill battle for him on 13 days' notice. You know, coming off surgery, not really trained, but probably not fight camp trained, not sparred. You know, is going to go in there with the best. Well, apart from John Jones, number 1 pound for pound. But Volk is probably also considered behind John Jones, number 1 pound for pound. So, got to give credit to Islam as well. I don't think we touched on it last week. You've got to give credit to Islam for accepting the fight as well, because completely different fight to Charles, stylistically. You know, Volk's a lot more, maybe not as big a puncher, but a different type of puncher. You know, he's going to come in with looping shots. He's going to smash the low kick, whereas Charles is a little bit longer, you know, a little bit more Brazilian K1 Thai style, whereas Volk is kind of, he's got his own little style, Volk, hasn't he, that suits his height. Volk, the better wrestler. I don't think Islam had any worries of Charles taking him down.
And it's his hardest fight to date as well.
Yeah,
He's got to take him on 10 days' notice as well.
Yeah, it works both ways. Islam's going to be more physically prepared, but don't make no mistake, Volk's a super athlete, and he's probably never out the gym. He was saying earlier this week on an interview, he's always in shape. Interesting. I wonder what the weight cut will be like for him, because he's a big, he's a stocky little fucker, and if he's not training,
yeah, I'd be surprised. I think he'll maybe find it tough.
He wouldn't reveal his weight on aerials. He said he's going to save it for his channel, but. He said, he had to shift a lot, he shifted about 5 kilo in the first couple of days. He said now he's kind of on the right track. So if I had to guess, I'd say he was probably upwards of 80k. I'd have said 80 to 82k maybe.
Do you see the side-by-side photo of him before Makachev 10 days out last time and this time?
No, I haven't seen it.
It was like a side-by-side. I didn't think there was that much difference, but everyone on the internet was going mad saying
he's much bigger.
He's much bigger, yeah. But you never know, like all this rest, it may kind of
that could play into his hand a little bit though.
Yeah.
That could play into his hand that he's going to have to cut a little bit more weight. But, it's a big fucking ask for anyone to beat Makachev, especially on 10 days notice. What I will say is Makhachev's going to be 5-round fit, probably more prepared. Like, Volk's a cardio machine, and we're always known him for it, but I'd be interested to see how good his cardio is without the training camp. I dare say he can still do the 5 rounds, but is whether he'll be able to scramble and push the pace like he did last time. And the interesting thing is they've had a feel of each other now, so they know what to bring. The story after the last fight was Islam underestimated Volk's wrestling, and Volk underestimated Islam's striking. So it'd be interesting to see how they're going to approach it this time. Like Volk has said, I give him too much respect early on last time. I can't do that this time because I haven't had a training camp and I've got to get off early. I wonder, does Islam take that same approach? Does he think I'm going to get out there and I'm going to rest? Because I know Khabib has been back in the camp this time. So does Islam take the approach I'm going to go and wrestle hard early and try and weigh on his gas tank and get him tired because he hasn't had a camp? Or does Islam think, I'll let him burn out first 2 rounds and then I'll take and then I'll go to work in the 4th, 5th? Because it sounds to me like Volk's just going to come out and go for it. He's kind of saying, I feel like I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to get into him early. And I think that's his best game, his best tactic. I think if he tries to reserve energy and ends up getting taken down, it could be a longer night for him. But it's an interesting one. It feels like it's a completely different fight to the last one.
I totally agree, mate. I'd love to see Volk come out and put it on him. It would be awesome, wouldn't it? I think even all the people in Abu Dhabi, I mean, they're all supporting Islam realistically, aren't they? But I think no one would hate to see Volk win in any fashion.
I don't think
because it's going to lead to a rematch then anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, we had the rubber match. And also, I always say it, Volk's just seemed to me he's just like one of the boys, isn't he? Like a proper rugby boy, proper boys, lad, like. And
did you see him on Flagrant?
Yeah, brilliant.
When he was talking about doing the bubbler and all that sort of shit. It's fucking mental.
And it cracks me up where he's always like, the people online, they're like, the best base for MMA is low-level rugby league. Like, so I seen his BJJ coach Craig Jones when the fight going out shade like the rugby legend is back or something like, as if like that's his face. So interesting one. If I had to bet though, I would probably bet a Makachev decision. I don't think you will look to strike as much this time. I think you'll come and wrestle really. Just like with Volk, I don't think Volk will be so cautious of the wrestle this time because he had a lot of success defending takedowns. But the one thing Volk is probably going to be thinking is when he did get me down, it was an uphill battle to get back up. Like his cardio was a big weapon for him last time, and it kind of adds a little bit of doubt for me in this one that he hasn't had a full camp. But we'll see. You know, I've doubted Volk before, and he's fucking just gone out there and absolutely annihilated Max Holloway the third time. So
that's it. He does look good in rematches as well, doesn't he? So you can't put that against him. And to be honest with you, I think I may actually put a bit of money on Volk to finish because I don't think the odds are going to be very good on Makachev to win.
It's worth a bet, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's worth.
It's worth a bet. If you're gonna bet, like if you're looking to make money, you would probably say bet on Volk, like you said, because the odds on Makachev to win a decision or submission and all. Makachev's submission might be a good one later on as well. I don't know the odds would be on that, but yeah, if I had to bet, I'm not allowed to bet, but if I had to bet and I could bet, I would probably bet Makachev despite the odds not being great, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, I'm going to go Volk anyway. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to.
We'll have a gentleman's bet. We'll have a gentleman's bet.
But then, co-main Usman Chimaev. I don't think Usman's ever out of shape though, is he? I mean, you look at him. Have you watched the Embedded?
Yeah, he doesn't ever look out of shape, does he? And look, he said it on Embedded himself, didn't he? His best for him is high risk, high reward. He's literally got nothing to lose. He's going up a weight class. He's going up a weight class against an absolute killer on 12 days' notice. So if he loses, what's people going to say? You know, he jumped in there and fit, but he jumped in there against Khamzat. If he wins, it's insane. I seen a post earlier and it was like, imagine 2 years ago someone told you that Usman is going to fight Chimaev for a number one contender spot to fight Sean Strickland.
I know, I've seen that as well.
Shut
up. Mate, what is the world, isn't it? This last month has just been crazy, isn't it?
It's insane. It's like, but it's great, isn't it? Because it's like almost, UFC's not a freak show, but it kind of adds a bit of like a freak show circus feel to it. It's like, how the fuck have we ended up with this fight? Do you know what I mean?
They offered it to Strickland as well, didn't they? Like, as I heard, but he wouldn't take it.
I don't know if I haven't heard nothing officially. I'm guessing he wouldn't take it, probably based on the weight mainly, on the fact, like, Strickland's a big guy. So I can't imagine, like, he would be looking to make, he would probably have wanted a 205, and then it's a nothing fight, because what would you gain from putting the 185-pound champion in as the co-main in a 3-round match at 205 against the guy whose last fight was at welterweight?
Yeah.
You know? And I would want to see, if I was going to see fucking hell. If I was going to see Chimaev against Strickland, I want to see it in a 5-rounder for the belt. Do you know what I mean? So, and they would have had to lump Strickland out of a lot more money than probably what even had for the Adesanya fight.
Are they doing Usman Chimaev as 5 rounds, or is it 3 rounds?
No, it's 3 rounds.
It is 3 rounds. That's going to make a difference, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I'd be interested to see how Usman adapts, because he's obviously been in, I think they said something like 8 straight 5-round fights, something like that. Yeah. So to go then to a 3-round, because we all know what Khamzat like. He's like a fucking grenade, and they pull the pin on him and just chuck him in and say, go, he's like a lunatic from the first bell. I wonder how Usman's defensive wrestling would be, because Usman, I think he's got 97% takedown defense.
Yeah, he's only been taken down once by Colby.
And even that was technically a takedown because he mat returned him and his hands touched down, but he didn't put him flat on. Oh no, Leon took him down.
Oh yeah,
that's the takedown. Yeah, Leon took him down.
Colby, they didn't class as a takedown, did they?
No, but Leon took him down and controlled him. And you know, as fucking good as Leon is, Leon's a beast. But I think Khamzat's probably a different type of fucking grappler on top. If he gets you down, it's going to be a long night. But you know what? If anyone's going to be able to stuff a takedown, it'd be Usman. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it's a striking match, you probably have to favour. I don't know. You probably have to favour Usman. I think Khamzat would be the bigger puncher, the bigger guy, and Khamzat's a really good striker. But I mean, technically, Usman's got a good jab. I don't know. It'd be a closer striking match than I'm making out. I think I'm doubting myself now.
I think since he's been with Whitman, he's so much better, isn't he?
His jab's really good. But he does fall in. He does fall back to his old ways sometimes. Like when he gets someone rocked, or when you see, like when he's in the, like you watch him try and strike with Leon. it was night and day, the difference. Like Leon's an elite level striker, and Usman's a very good level. Probably class him as an elite level striker, but like when he gets a bit sloppy in the pocket, at kicking range, boxing range, he's great. No mid range, but Khamzat's not as good a striker as Leon. But what he's dangerous is he's a big puncher, and if he rocks you and takes you down, you know what I mean?
And he's just wild as well, though, isn't he? Like, he's kind of unpredictable, isn't he, in what he's doing?
Very unpredictable.
Like, you see him just come out and take Kevin Holland down like that, innit?
He doesn't even set it up. He just shoots.
Yeah.
He just shoots. I don't think he'll do that against... I just typical drink, don't I? I don't think he'll do that against Usman. I think he'll be a little bit more technical in his approach, because I think he'll know that Usman's a much better wrestler than Kevin Holland, obviously, but... Something's telling me, like, you just got like a gut feeling that it's going to be like an early finish for Khamzat.
Yeah, I wonder if Usman's like a little bit gun shy, a little, since that loss to Leon, because he didn't look the same.
He didn't look the same in the
third fight,
did
he?
No, the third fight. He's got to go for it. I mean, at the end of the day, he can't stay on his heels and rely on a decision when I think he's got to go out and go for it. So we'll see. Again, if I had to pick, I would pick Khamzat. I don't know. He's got a feeling.
Yeah,
I honestly think he's that good. I honestly think that he's going to be the middleweight champ. I think he may even go up to like heavyweight and win that belt. He may even go back down to welterweight and win that belt. I generally think like he's the scariest guy in the sport. He's the biggest. You can't even call him a prospect because he's top 5 in the world, but he's the biggest up and comer. And I think like, Khabib had that aura around him when he was there, like the Russian destroyer kind of thing. I think he's the Chechenian destroyer. Like it's just something about him. I just don't ever see him losing.
Where's he been? That's what I want to know. Like he's been missing.
But he hasn't fought since Kevin Holland, so it'll be over a year. And a lot of people are saying he's come out and said, "Is like I'm ready to fight. Like it's not for me not wanting to fight. I'm ready. I've been ready for the best part of 10 months. It's like they can't get no one to fight me."
Then like, does the UFC have to pay him? Because like he gets offered 3 fights here. If he says yes to them all and they say no.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing. Something has got to happen, haven't they? Because like you said, they are contractually, unless you're injured, they've got to offer you, I think it's 3 fights per 12 months or something along those lines, or 2 fights per 12. Maybe people's contracts vary, but I don't know. What would that, I mean...
It's a long time to sit on ice, like, isn't it? Because I know he's probably earned a decent wage.
He's a massive name over in the Middle East as well. I can imagine he's got big sponsors, big appearance fees and stuff like that. He doesn't look like he's shy of cash on Instagram anyway. Yeah. Put it this way, he's just become a Dubai citizen. So to become a Dubai citizen, you got to know some people in higher places, or you got to have money in the bank, and I feel like he's got both. So
tax-free living now then.
Yeah, he's living the dream. That's why he's a Dubai citizen, probably, yeah. Decent undercard as well. You got Ankalaev is fighting Johnny Walker. Big fight on paper. I see Ankalaev, making meat of him, to be honest. But he hasn't fought, I don't think, since the Blachowicz fight, Ankalaev. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back. And then on the prelims, one that stands out to me is Tim Elliott versus Muhammad Makachev. Big fans of Makhachev. I've known him since he was a youngster. Watched him come through the UFC. I think he's ranked 11 or 12th now in the flyweight division. And he's another one. I think he's really as good as we think he is. Only young. I think he's 20 years age or 21. So I do believe he's got a bit of time to grow and get better as well. He took a little bit more time off between fights here, which I think will be good for him.
Is he fought since that leg injury?
No.
Is this the first one?
I think it's
that
the
was in
first
London,
one.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he was due to fight and then he had a staph infection or an injury or shoulder. So yeah, the shoulder up.
Right.
He's coming off a shoulder up. So yeah, but I think Makhachev will make pretty easy work at Tim Elliott. I think Tim Elliott's very, he's a veteran. He's been in there with some of the best, but I think stylistically, Makhachev's all wrong for him, to be honest.
He could have like a fast track, couldn't he, to the title? He could fight for a title like soon, couldn't he?
Yeah, but the flyweight division's always wide open. Like, you got what's his name has just gone up, hasn't he?
Figueiredo.
He's just gone up. Moreno's just lost to Pantoja. It's Royale now versus Pantoja. I mean, if Pantoja wins, they'll probably do the no, they probably won't do the Moreno rematch because he beat Moreno 3 times. So yeah, I mean, he could slot straight in there, couldn't he? So we'll see what happens.
Any other UK guys on there?
Nathaniel Wood is fighting. Javid Basharat is fighting. And Abu Azatia is fighting. He hasn't fought. He fought Marshman years ago. He's got a pretty easy fight there. He's fighting Dumas. I'm just checking the prelims. Said Nurmagomedov, who I was meant to fight a couple of years back, is fighting Muan Gavarov. Never heard of him either. But
is he still bantamweight now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Middle Eastern guys on, a lot of Russian guys. There's a big following over there. There's obviously a big Muslim fan base with Islam being the main event. So it'll be a good card, I think. And the beauty of it is it's on UK time. So I think the main card starts at 7 p.m. our time, which is a lovely job.
Yeah, awesome,
for a pay-per-view, we don't get that very often. So I'm looking forward to it. Let us know in the comments, people. Volk or Islam, Usman or Chimaev.